I don't know if you guys have been paying attention to some of this Ninja stuff. I don't know much about Ninja myself. I know he's a big streamer. I guess he's the biggest streamer on Twitch. But a few days ago, he said that he wouldn't stream with women. And of course, that meant that Polygon and Game Journos Incorporated jumped on this to talk about the plight of female gamers and blah, blah, blah. Ninja seems like a nice guy. I don't know really anything about him, but he seems like he's a pretty honest guy. Ninja explains his choice not to stream with female gamers. This is one by Allegra Frank. The only way to avoid the rumors is to not play with them at all. Which is fair enough, I think. I don't play with female gamers, says Tyler Ninja Blevins, Twitch's biggest streamer and one of the faces of the Fortnite fandom. This edict may be surprising to hear, especially as emphatically as Blevins said it when he spoke at a recent Samsung event. Though Blevins isn't shy about being married, and his more than 10 million subs include people of every gender identity. Of course they do. My audience includes people of every gender identity, because there are two genders, you see. So every audience is going to have everybody, is going to have people from every gender identity. I don't know why they bother to put this. I don't know why they even brought it up. What would that even have to do with anything? It's thrown in for no reason. Like, both men and women watch him. It's like, yeah, both men and women watch me. The internet's love of gossip has convinced the Twitch star not to invite women to participate in his Fortnite Battle Royale live streams, which he has every right to do, I will say. He has every right to play with who he wants and for whatever reason. With fame comes scrutiny of everything you say or do, he suggested, and that can sometimes lead to questions about who you're sleeping or flirting with on the sly. When you have the public face that this guy does, Ninja does, if you're essentially a celebrity, you're an internet celebrity, people will do that. He's absolutely correct. He is absolutely correct. Everything that you do will be analyzed and scrutinized, and people will look too deep into every little thing you say, because there are enough people with enough eyes on you. That's just the way it's going to be. You can't get away with kind of slipping through the cracks. But he's absolutely right. That's how internet rumors start. You see, somebody starts this, somebody's playing with a woman, and maybe he makes a passing comment. Completely innocent, but maybe it's just suggestive for a joke, right? And people will take that too far. Oh, they must be in some kind of a secret relationship. They're in some tryst with one another. They're cheating on their spouses. And I think that's ridiculous, quite frankly. But that's the way that the internet kind of works. And he just says, well, you know what? In order to get around that, I just won't even open it up. I won't even put myself in that position. If I have one conversation with one female streamer where we're playing with one another, and even if there's a hint of flirting, that is going to be taken and going to be put on every single video and be clickbait forever, Ninja told Polygon. And he's right. He's absolutely right. There's some truth to the idea. Come on, who is this? Allegra Frank, you write for a living. Some rando asshat on the internet shouldn't be pointing out your grammatical mistakes. There is some truth to idea that flirting can lead to YouTube clickbait and invasive questions. Blevins has asked some himself when playing with other well-known male streamers. Take the clip below. Well, I don't know why male's a thing, because it works both ways. Take the clip below from a Twitch stream with Fortnite star Ali Myth Kabani.
So what's going on with you and this this girl you're playing with all the time?
Who? Oh no, is your chat blowing up, Pokemon?
No, don't who me.
Pokey?
Yeah.
Nothing.
Huh? Nutty?
Nutty? Absolutely nothing, my man. Just friends, you feel?
You need to start a relationship with her, move in, and then have like.
So basically, they're just doing a little bit of bants, and there's nothing behind it. I don't think there's anything really suggestive about it. But there's enough people watching this that I'm sure. See, 1.2 million views. There are enough people in that 1.2 plus million who are going to take that a certain way, and they might create drama. And I'm sure it's innocent. There's nothing that's really being meant here. They're just two guys talking, joshing around with one another. But if that's something that he wants to avoid, then that's something he wants to avoid. If anything, it shows that he knows more than anybody else, just the kind of things people talk about. Imani Pokemani Anus. Is that anus? Anus? I'm going to err on the side of caution to call that Anus, is another big name on Twitch whose popularity grew rapidly over the last year. When she started playing Fortnite on streams with Kabani, viewers began to ask, are they dating? Fans assume Twitch streamers are in a relationship just as often as they speculate on their marital status. And that apparently includes Blevins, who used his mega platform to further perpetuate that rumor. I don't know if he's perpetuating the rumor. I don't know about that. It sounds like he was just having just some good-natured back and forth with a friend of his. I don't think he actually believed it. But it gets to the point when you're a certain size that everything you say will be taken a certain way. And I don't blame people for maybe wanting to tone down the things that they do in order to avoid that kind of drama. But I don't think it necessarily comes from a bad place. Are they dating? He's like, who cares? I guess enough people care. I don't do the Twitch thing, and I don't really deal with people in terms of like relationship stuff with my channel, so I don't get those kind of questions. But if that's what happens on Twitch, and he should know more than anyone else, then it makes sense that he would want to avoid that. Whether or not it's true that Anis and Kabani are together is obviously their business. Well, if that's fucking their business, Polygon, then fuck off about the stuff that Twitch says about who he wants to play with. What is the business of Polygon and what isn't the business of Polygon? It's their personal lives. Let them conduct their work in a way that is in accordance with their personal lives, because they know their personal lives better than anybody. I mean, apparently Ninja's married. So he has a vested interest in the emotional relationship that he has with a particular woman. And it makes sense to me that of course he would want to put his relationship with this one woman he lives with, wants to maybe have a family with, who he loves and is married to. He would want to put that relationship ahead of all of these rando people on the internet, and he doesn't really care what they have to think, because at the end of the day, he's married to somebody, and he wants to put her feelings first. But I guess we live in the day where Polygon finds that to be a big problem. Let's see, whether or not it's true that they're together is obviously their business, but when it comes to his relationship with streamer Jessica J. Ghosty Blevins, who often appears on her husband's channel, Blevins is happy to open up about his devotion. Well, good for him. Good for him. Not being connected to other women online, that was something I made 100% sure, he said. It was his decision alone to keep his streaming partners men only. That was not even her. She had nothing to do with it. That was me being, I love our relationship, and no, I'm not even going to put you through that. Well, it sounds like, regardless of how you feel about his decision, it sounds like this is coming from from a good place. It sounds like he wants to put, his relationship with his wife first. It sounds like he's just being just a good husband, God forbid. He seems like a young guy, so it's good to see that kind of thing coming from the young folk. God, I'm the young folk. I'm talking about my own folk. A growing Twitch means a diminishing sense of privacy, especially for women on the platform. Oh my God. Female streamers have opened up before about the difficulty in maintaining a separation between their Twitch personas and who they are offline, often at the behest of viewers who demand answers lest they assume what's going on for themselves. So women should understand more than anybody else that, of course, Ninja wants to keep that away from himself. He wants to put a distance between potential rumors. If anything, the women on the platform should understand more than anybody if this is apparently such a huge problem for them. Respect is a major part of playing Fortnite and other games. Yet women are, well, I don't know about that. Yet women often are the receiving end. Yet women often are on the receiving end. Jesus. Allegra Frank, that's 2. Jeez. Yet women often are the receiving end of anything but Twitch thoughts, harassment, warding off obsessive or judgmental viewers, and are all serious concerns for well-known female streamers. Yeah, that's what happens when, obviously some people can be too obsessive, they can go too far. But that's just a natural result of someone who is a woman participating in an industry that is mostly straight men. You know, they have a sexual interest in a lot of these ladies. And I don't think a lot of it is malicious or anything like that. That's just how guys are. And it's not toxic, necessarily. Obviously, you shouldn't call people Twitch thoughts. You shouldn't be harassing towards them. You shouldn't be obsessive. You know, but I think that Polygon likes to try and frame this like it's this huge, massive hurdle for women. You know, they like to try to frame the idea that men have it so easy. Men have it. They have no obstacles, no hurdles. Success comes easy to men. They don't have to worry about it. But women, with women, it's constant abuse over and over. It's like, no, it's not. Come on. Let me see. In contrast to the reality of being a woman on Twitch, Blevins' choice to draw a line feels like a conservative gesture, as if that's necessarily a bad thing. Even a familiar, divisive one. Divisive between who? That's the thing. He's making this decision because he does not want a divide between him and the one person that matters to him more than anybody else. He's willing to put some pearl-clutching SJW types on fucking Polygon. He's willing to not give a shit about what you think about him, and instead put in front of that what his wife thinks about that. And I know you call that a conservative gesture, but maybe that's a good kind of gesture. If anything, this is uniting him and his wife all the more. And of course he has more respect for their relationship than those between him and some members of his audience, or even people who aren't part of his audience, who just are looking for things to bitch about. Which is honestly what this whole thing is with Polygon. There hasn't been a single female gamer or streamer on Twitch or anything like that who's been upset about that, he said about possible pushback. I honestly think that it's just kind of like a respect thing. Which makes sense. The idea is like, why can't... I always hear about female and women's empowerment from places like Polygon. About women are just as capable and strong and determined as men are. Well, why don't they make their own Twitch channels? Why don't they succeed in the way that men have to succeed? Why is it so bad? Why do you feel like women need to leech off of Ninja and his success, right, to get views and become popular? If this is supposedly holding back women, then the only thing that makes me think is that you're thinking women can't do it without, you know, hitching their wagons to someone who's more popular, a man who's more popular. And I don't believe that at all. I think women are absolutely just as capable of men as doing great things. Of course, I've been told I'm the sexist, so you can go figure that one out if you wish. Ninja may not hear criticism of his decision, but similar gender-based views have received pushback in the political sphere. Think of the outcry surrounding Vice President Mike Pence's supposed marital boundaries. I don't think that's a fair comparison. Because the thing is with Mike Pence, when the election was happening, what was he saying? He wouldn't have dinner or a meeting alone with a woman. I think that is a completely reasonable attitude to have, especially if you are a public figure. Especially if you're, someone texted me. My sister. If you have a, if you're in the spotlight, especially as a politician, and you want to avoid drama, then of course, you know, you don't want to have dinners alone with a woman you're not married to. You know, that obviously, especially from that, older conservative kind of outlook, is not something that has a great kind of, appearance to it. But I think Mike Pence and his decision there is completely reasonable. And I think that Ninja's reasonable, just for different reasons. He just wants to avoid rumors. Still, the Twitch streamer is sticking to his absolute, which he believes is the only choice. Well, he believes it's the right choice. The only way to avoid that gossip is to not play with them at all. And people handle internet drama in different ways. And a lot of people find that it's much, much better for them to just avoid it. To not get sucked into drama, to not listen to gossip, to not listen to the chitter-chatter of people on the internet who write articles about you. Some people find that it's much better for them and their attitude if they just avoid it, quite frankly. And I feel as if that's a completely reasonable thing to do. I understand, but he could still play with them and not care about the rumors. Well, shit. Both act professionally and get professional results. Exactly what I was going to say. Who the hell cares if a bunch of Nimrods online think you're cheating on your wife or something because you had a friendly exchange with a female gamer during a stream? Okay, so you don't want people to think you're cheating on your wife. Because if enough people in your audience think you're cheating on your wife, what is your wife going to feel about that? Think of it from the wife's perspective. Because remember, the wife's perspective is infinitely more important than the people on the internet. But the people on the internet, if you say something enough and rumors spread, then of course it could be a possibility that the wife picks up on that, and that can create drama. Will it? No, it won't necessarily happen, right? And considering that his wife apparently streams, I don't know how big she is in the streaming business, maybe that she's going to get, messages like that. Hey, your husband's cheating on you. If you get that over and over and over again, I can see how that would wear on her. And if I was a public figure, then I wouldn't want my wife, getting that kind of pushback. Stuff that should be directed towards me. Of course, some people will take it too far and bring it to the wife. And I don't want that. But I think Rachel here understands more than anything else, right? Precisely, it's respect for his wife more than anything. I think that's perfectly. I find it perfectly understandable trying to spare your loved ones of that. It's completely reasonable. Okay, he's got this in quotes, so I'm sure this will be a direct quotation of what Ninja has to say. I will gladly use my platform, the biggest platform on all of Twitch, to boost other male streamers. Sorry, girls who already aren't anywhere to be found in the top 100 Twitch streams. I can't play with you, lest idle rumor destroys my marriage. Nah, he's scum. Jeez. Fuck, I understand that jeez. To think that he's scum because he wants to avoid internet rumors. So, here's the thing. People like Petty here, what they're gonna say, strange how petty and petty sound so similar. Basically, what this person is, clearly the feminist type. Clearly a feminist type. Very pro-women and all that. I'm just pro-people, that's the thing. Why is it his responsibility to boost people because of their gender? Petty. And Petty, why do you not think that women can't succeed on their own merits? Right? Why is that? Why do you think that women need to be boosted by male streamers? That's kind of, that's really, what's the word for it? That's really condescending an attitude to have towards women. But to think that a guy is scum, when even if you disagree with him, clearly his heart's in the right place, I think it's a terrible thing to do. He's not scum. Forget Twitch. Just look at any fandom. Two people together a lot, they must be fucking. It's very true. Very, very true. It's blatant sexism, and not just in principle. It's practically damaging. This is not okay, and no amount of guff about respect makes it okay. Oh, boy. It's blatant sexism. I'm sure Ninja is the worst of all sexists. Not just in principle, it's practically damaging. Here's the thing. By damaging what you are saying, the Ewan, if you say that it's practically damaging to women that the biggest streamer won't boost them for them, then again, that's the same thing with Petty. A few comments above. Why don't you think that women are capable of achieving their own success? Why do you think that it is the responsibility, the moral imperative of men to boost women streamers? Seems kind of condescending. That's just me. Jeez, I'm not even going to delve into the bounty of the Polygon comment section. Dear fucking Jesus. Ninja, I totally agree with your reasoning, and I understand exactly why. I don't agree with it myself in the sense that I would stream with women or men. In fact, I have a stream today. No, there's no women in that stream. Never mind. That's later this week. Oops. But I totally understand why Ninja's doing this, especially nowadays because of #MeToo, when the word of a woman can be enough to get your career ruined or damaged in a tangible way. I can absolutely understand why Ninja wants to distance himself from women who are not his wife. Totally understand 100%. That's how I feel. I don't know. Maybe this Ninja thing will really explode and get bigger. I think there's some other articles about it, but that's enough for now. Ninja responds to criticism of his refusal to stream with women. We are fans of all kinds of streamers and gamers, and I agree. Oh, also by Allegra Frank. Oh boy, I can expect some quality grammar from someone who writes for a living. Last week, Tyler Ninja Blevins told Polygon that he doesn't play with women on his Twitch channel. After receiving a loud, polarized response from fellow Twitch personalities, well, it highlights sexism within the streaming community. Yeah, well, those people are fucking stupid. Jesus. It sucks that things like his decision have to be made into a big deal when I don't think they have to be. Who is this? I had some chick. I stream Fortnite with pro player Ali Kabani. The pair have been dogged by dating rumors. Well, then, of course she knows. She totally understands. No one is saying Ninja has to stream with women. We're saying that his saying he won't is problematic and doesn't help in any way for women making their way in the industry that constantly calls anyone with tits a thought. Why do you think that his success is pushing away women? Right? He's not giving women a boost, right? Because he wants to avoid the internet rumors that naturally come along with Twitch. Women don't have to do that. Women can only stream with women if they want. That's fine. Seeing tweets twisting Ninja's decision to not playing with women, YouTube clips, clickbaits, the worst for views. People are gullible. Oops. To hear rumors like I hear he's cheating on you is 24/7 toxic to a relationship. Respect decisions that limit drama in people's personal lives. That's fair enough. I think it's absolutely fair enough, especially if you have the spotlight on you like Ninja does all the time. Let's see. I wanted to take a moment to address the discussion around the article that came out over the weekend, reads his tweeted statement referring to his interview with us, in which he explained why he won't play with women. While I understand some people have implied my views mean I have something against playing with women, I want to make clear the issue I'm addressing is online harassment in my attempt to minimize it from our life. Okay. But you know with these SJWs, right? If you want to step away, they have a very if you're not with us, you're against us mentality. You see this with Antifa all the time. It's like if you're not with Antifa, you're against them. You know, you can't have any sort of neutral position on something. It's really, really toxic. You can't distance yourself from an issue. It is an imperative that you take a moral stand on something. Many of his fans and fellow streamer pledged their support for Ninja's comments, arguing that harassment and gossip run rampant on Twitch, and this is one way to avoid that. Yet among the responses to his initial comments include those who argued otherwise, that Ninja, intentionally or not, is promoting an exclusionary viewpoint. Exclusionary? Only in the sense that it's best for him personally, and it doesn't have anything to do with how he feels about women. It's just a result of, he just understands the realistic result of what playing with women can do. And he doesn't want to run that risk, because he loves his wife, God forbid. Men don't owe women this thing, right? Men don't owe men, streaming with him. Men don't owe women that, and vice versa. Women don't have to play with men if they don't want to. He ends his statement in a more inclusive, if unspecific note. I look forward to the opportunity to meet and play all kinds of Fortnite players in future tournaments and events. All right. Fair enough. I don't think that's unreasonable at all. But Polygon, Allegra Frank, you got to jump on that supposed sexism. We got to try to do our best to highlight how damaging this is to women in the industry. Because those women, they can't they just can't do it by themselves. They need successful men to help them out. Feminism.